Hey everybody, we're back with more Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne as we finally hit double digits. I'm pretty sure this is session 10. Joining me, as always, is our good buddy ChanceEm.
Heya.
Hey, it's ChanceEm. How you doing, ChanceEm?
I am doing best. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing alright. I am doing alright. So, today is going to be a shorter stream than usual. We're not going to be doing the usual 5.5 hours. Because, as I mentioned in the Doom stream on Friday, I have a job now. And I am going to be up early in the morning for work.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So, we're not going to mess around, we're just going to get straight into doing what we're doing.
Understandable. I was going to say, it's always fun trying to go from a late night schedule to early morning schedule.
Is this the same guy we fought last time?
Because
I think I did the voice for that guy.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
You did the voice for him. But yes, that is the same dude as last time.
I don't remember what the voice for this guy was.
You basically strained your throat to actually do it.
Yeah, alright. I finally found you. I look for you. This time I kill you and feel good. For my happiness. Alright, let's do this. Oh, I have.
Let's do this.
I should have looked
At your party?
Yeah.
It might be a little bit of an issue.
To be fair, like, this is one of those rare times when they sneak a boss fight on you.
You just walk in and you're like, wow, it is a wonderful day for... Never mind.
It's me. Yeah, it's what, like, most of the time when SMT throws a boss fight at you, they give you the warning that it's gonna happen. This just happened. Alright. Shit. I learned new magic. I try to. Oh shit.
Meanwhile...
Oh, okay, that's okay.
I like how you're just like, fuck, and it's like, oh, insufficient magic, never mind.
Well, you know, whenever they start breaking out Almighty is always a time to worry. Nothing happening. I got no power. Oh, I train you. That's going to be a concern. Also, possibly suggests that it's worth going into this fight with little MP and focusing on physical.
Basically, this is gonna be the... Yeah, it's like, this is gonna be the fight where it's just like, you know what? Fuck magic. put up your fist, buddy. Getting a mental image of just like throwing down like any books that you have and just be like, nope, we're Punchy Boy today.
Punchy. Why is this guy talking so much?
Yeah, I was about to be like, well, the game is. Go ahead.
This feeling, I have power.
I was just gonna say that the game is stream is starting out today of basically being like, how can we wreck Chrono's voice in the first 20 minutes?
So, of course, the big problem with Ejido is that it hits everybody, and because it's almighty, you can't do anything about it.
Well, it's like I don't have any magic, but thanks, bud.
I'm gonna punch you again.
I feel like this is just gonna be
Yep. And that makes 14. Alright, Mejido.
Our poor demi-fiend.
I always hate Almighty. It's one of those awkward things, like, they've got the whole system of elemental affinities, and then Almighty always exists outside of that.
Well, I mean, it's called Almighty for a reason, I suppose.
I still hate it. Alright, so, there's other stuff down here to explore. Yeah. No. Alright. Okay, open with a prayer here. Nice.
I mean, anything and everything to just get rid of your magic.
Actually, no, because I do want to keep Daisoju with magic. Everybody else, though, is fair game. Yeah, let's see what we get. You know, for a second there, I thought I'd done the wrong thing. I had it in my head that Legion voids fire.
Honestly, half the time I forget which ones void what unless I just am able to look at them and go like, yeah, you're probably this element.
It doesn't help, it can change between games.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do another meditation. Their Soju's going to be the big healer, and if they're going to drain his MP, they're likely to have some in reserve. Big problem we had last time was after they drained his MP, and then he didn't have enough to heal everybody, and everybody died. That's the word I was looking for. Let's get rid of this. Medium armor is 20.
It's like right now it just seems like Kushinada is the big one as far as trying to get rid of their magic. Or that'll happen.
I hate dealing with Mudoon. I have somebody for that though. No, nobody's currently drained. I healed everybody before we came in here. And I didn't buy revival beads, so should have gone to the shop. Actually, yeah, no, let's do that. Waste a little bit.
Just use up
and then
waste
summon
up more
her.
of their magic.
Yeah, and then summon her to heal herself.
Almost there.
If we run into one more battle, I could do it.
Possibly.
Let's save though. So it's through that door, basically immediately. Alright. And then punch. And then I'm a Zanma. Always hate suicide skills.
Yeah.
Now I'm really not happy.
It's like
what are you gonna say, ChanceEm?
I was gonna say something and then my brain just like the thought just like hit a wall for some reason. At least you got rid of Legion there.
Yeah.
It's like thank you, Hamon. Or Hamon.
Oh wow, I didn't realize Last Resort hurt your own party. You see Legion took damage from
You know,
it?
I didn't. Yeah, I saw Legion took damage from that. That's not something I'd noticed previously either.
Yeah, so Kushinada is basically good. No. There will be no changing of skills, thank you.
It's like, you think that you're allowed to actually change skills? Only I'm allowed to tell you what you get to learn.
I'm the one who changes skills.
It's like, I reject gods. You think, like, I'm not gonna reject a demon?
Hey, that is everybody except Daisoju. Alright, so let's see how this works out.
Hopefully we can finally kill this Spectre and be like, okay, 2 times is enough, buddy.
Yeah. Probably would have been a good idea to replace Kushinada with someone more physical. Valkyrie is physical enough. 15, 11, 17, 15, 7. So, Eligor, yeah. What has Dark Bite? That's worth bearing in mind. Hey, how you doing, EID?
Oh, hi, EAD. I hope you're doing well today.
Alright, let's do this. Come on.
We take him on again, and Kronos like, I am not voicing that again.
Nah, we already established previously, second time around we don't do the voices. SMT5 is not going to be out until November 12th, EID.
That does bring up a good point, though. Did you see the collector's edition that was announced?
I did. It did not enamor me.
It intrigued me, but I'm always kind of intrigued with art books and soundtracks. Like, that's literally the bare minimum you can do for a collector's edition, and that's mostly what all I care about for collector's editions.
Well, after Persona 5, I decided I wasn't going to get any more collector's editions anyway. The bag's a nice idea, but Persona 5 Take Your Heart Premium Edition came with a bag, and I never used it. It wasn't great.
The thing that frustrates me with it is that they basically just like brought it up out of nowhere, and like within 5 minutes it was like sold out everywhere. And it's kind of this thing of like, I feel like scalpers are getting worse in that regard.
Oh, you managed to grab it, EID? Yeah, I think, especially with the whole mess of PSP PS5 last year and stuff. Plus the more recent, the ongoing stuff with Switch, and picking up a Switch. Scalpers are very on the ball. Nice.
Like, have you seen the nonsense that's been going on with Metroid Dread and like the Metroid Dread 2-pack amiibos?
I've heard. I haven't properly looked into it, but I've heard.
Nintendo, a Twitter account that normally announces like Nintendo deals and stuff, of course, has been doing something recently where they are occasionally mentioning just the most absurd item that's on sale that's not related to Nintendo or whatever as well, trying to weed out bots and stuff like that. And they recently like did one for Amazon being like, Yeah, there's like this $5 horse figure for sale on Amazon, and after them posting about it, it was like immediately sold out in like 10 minutes or something like that on Amazon. It's like, okay, guys, y'all need to chill out. And it's just one of those things of like, bots are just like buying up anything.
Everybody wants to get the scalp. Yeah, I heard Phazon was having trouble picking up the Metroid Dread Collector's Edition. I used to have a friend who worked at a game shop, like Sina used to work at a game shop. He used to keep me apprised of that kind of thing. Unfortunately, that game shop shut down, so he wasn't able to do it. It shut down several years ago, so he wasn't able to do it after that.
Aww.
He sorted me out with a bunch of stuff, though. There needs to be something done about these scalpers.
Like, something that kind of surprises me is how they can sell out of pre-orders. Like, there's enough time between now and November. You would figure that pre-orders at this point would just give them a heads up of, okay, we need to make this many. Why are you selling out of pre-orders right now?
It's part of the whole thing that goes into the idea of a collector's edition or a premium edition. Make too many of them and the price drops to begin with. Who's going to want to buy all of them? So they're not going to cover everything like that.
Okay, so I have a couple counterpoints for that.
Before you do, I want to bring up the example of the Halo 2 Limited Edition.
Okay, go ahead.
The Halo 2 Limited Edition is more common than a standard copy of Halo 2.
Okay, that is kind of funny.
It's easier to find a steelbook than it is to find a standard plastic box of Halo 2.
That is pretty funny. But it also kind of goes hand in hand with something I was going to bring up. Looking at it purely from, like, a company perspective, they aren't making money on the secondhand market.
No.
So why would they care that it's easier to find the collector's edition versus the regular edition? Especially now that it's like, what, nearly 2 decades later?
Even at the time, like, it was easier to find the standard edition than it was the... It was easier to find the limited edition than it was the standard.
My 2 points mainly are just, one, they aren't making any money on the secondhand market, really, so I don't see why they would really care about it maintaining value over the years, because, you know, they aren't going to be the ones selling it after a certain point. And 2, if they're going to start being like that with collector's editions, then they need to be numbered collector's editions. Like, do what, Devil Summoner, Raido Kuzunoa versus King Abaddon did.
Devil Summoner 2.
Yes.
SMT5 was announced 3-4 years ago. They had that first trailer and then didn't say anything for years. Until last year.
Yeah. That does... Okay, so that actually reminds me of something I wanted to bring up, because I saw an article about this, I think it was yesterday. It was either yesterday or it was Friday night. But I remember seeing the article, and for a second just being like, excuse me? But people are reporting about the demons that are showing up in SMT5, because they've been doing, like, various trailers showing off the different demons.
Yeah, the daily demon diary stuff.
And, Kumhanda? I always forget how to pronounce him. But the jailer from Digital Devil Saga, too. Is in SMT5, and this place did an article about how, oh, this demon from SMT, I mean, not from SMT, this demon from Persona 5 has made his way into the mainline SMT. And you ever think about how some people, journalists, probably should do a little bit more research on things?
But that'd mean they'd have to actually do some work. Okay, that is Narukami done. What do we got now? You are gonna...
But yeah, like, somebody went... Go ahead.
No, I'm just talking to myself about what we're doing next.
Okay.
We just finished
I was just gonna
that
say,
one.
someone actually went looking to see, like, what the very first SMT that one was, and I think it was Last Bible.
Ah. Wait, in fact, Game Boy Color. No? If it's Last Bible 1, regular Game Boy. Revelations, the Demon Slayer.
It was not the original Last Bible.
So it wasn't
It was one of the
Revelations,
later
the
ones.
Demon Slayer. One of 2 games released under that name, back when Atlas was trying to market SMT as Revelations. Because there was that, and there was the original Persona. Revelations Persona.
Which is interesting to see, like, how certain things change from the Japanese version versus the, like, Western release. Imagine if Revelations had actually stuck as the Western title.
I think the main reason it didn't was because, like, I don't think Persona 1 is that great. And beyond that, the localization was more of an Americanization. It was really poorly done. And then, if you've ever played Revelations the Demon Slayer, it's really boring.
I actually have not. I know of it, but I haven't been able to play it, because I try not to emulate most of the time, unless, like, I really just...
Was I voicing this guy?
I'm gonna say we made the Spectre angry.
No, this one's different, because we just killed Spectre.
Yeah, this one's different. He's new.
Because we saw this guy last time, though.
I'm gonna call him Mr. the Hedgehog.
Alright. Yes.
He's red and black, and his name is Shadow.
I am the Demi-Fiend. Oh, looks like he's probably guarding you. Eh. Master Chance.
Master Chance. I'm going up in the world.
Okay, this isn't Persona, we're not doing that.
Yeah, I was about to say.
What is your quest? What is your favorite color? There you go, got it. Exactly. Got it. How you doing, T?
Amazing.
That doesn't look healthy.
Oh, I'm not having a good time, I don't think. Or maybe I'm just learning a new dance rave. Hey, Satoshi. Long time no see.
Yeah.
Are you here to help me? Or to capture me?
What about any of our previous interactions makes you think I'm here to capture you?
Either way, there's no point anymore. The chance that once wandered this world aimlessly is dead.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I just need to take a moment and read to you my lovely scene poetry that I've been working on while having all this energy being thrown at me, apparently.
Oh boy.
The person you see before you is the almighty Chance, master of Amala's power.
I just want to take a second to appreciate this music that's playing right now.
Meanwhile, I'm over here like, well, fuck, I can't hear it.
I gotta take a second to allow you to appreciate it.
Okay, give me a sec. Alright. That is pretty nice.
Ominous.
It is. I was just gonna mention that it's really nice and atmospheric in the sense of, like, shit's about to go down. Oh, hello! To be honest with you, I stopped caring about others entirely.
Yeah. Why are you trying to steal my look? I mean, my tattoos are less creepy than yours.
Your boobs have faces on them, just letting you know, man.
Reminds me of that one episode of South Park that did the chick with the Quato boobs. Like, you ever see Total Recall? The original?
Not anytime recently.
You know Quatu, like, guy opens up his shirt and there's the little dude in the stomach?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was an episode of South Park that had a chick who had her boobs were basically Quato. And that's what I'm thinking of right here.
I mean, that's pretty fair, like, a pretty apt, like, comparison. I figured out how I want the world to be. You see, there's me. And then there's everybody else. Most people don't even notice me.
Okay.
Just saying, like, if nobody noticed you, I'm pretty sure they would definitely notice you now.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, hey, they don't care about me, I don't care about them. I'm also on a crosswalk in what looks like Shibuya. Okay, Neku.
They don't care about me, and I don't care about them. Not a bad thing, or a sad thing either. After all, only you can be at the center of your world, right? Then each person should be allowed to create his or her own world.
So the world ends with you, huh?
Fucking hell. That is my reason. The reason of Musubi.
Gonna call it the reason of wasabi.
You agree, don't you? That'd be nice to create your own world.
Yeah, you know, even if I did agree, we would be at odds, based entirely on your reason. Your world would end with you, mine would end with me. We would be against each other solely through your own principles. No, I don't think so.
I had a feeling that you wouldn't understand. I guess it doesn't matter to you, since you're not human anymore.
Look who's talking. My humanity was stripped from me, you threw yours away.
As for me, I'll prove I'm right by creating the world of Musubi.
Wasabi.
You should spend some time alone, Satoshi. Then see what you think.
You don't know what I've been through. I've been alone this entire fucking time. And all I'm starting to think is humanity itself is flawed. All the specimens we see who survived are all proving to be selfish, interested only in their own goals. Go fuck yourself.
You know, it's kind of funny, because, like, most of the game I don't remember. And the further we get, I'm just like, wow, I kind of forgot how much of, like, a dick Osamu is.
Kind of everybody is. Like, that's really the thing. Like, you're not ready for how much everybody is either a dick or has their head so far up their own arse in this game.
Hey, take a sip of water real quick.
I move away from the mic to breathe.
I saw what happened, Satoshi. Too bad Chance got away.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
I'll go after him. You don't have to go inside Amala anymore.
And what are you gonna do?
Sorry, but I can't help you right now. I need to concentrate on this. If there's somewhere you want to go, don't wait for me. If not, why don't you check out Asakusa? Who knows? You might find something new. So, I just want to point out something here, like Mr. Frank F. Johnson, buddy. It's just like, oh yeah, you know, you don't have to worry about this anymore, but also don't bother me, I'm busy. It's like, didn't you just hold up? It's like, I'll go find Isamu, don't worry about it. But also, don't bother me.
It's like, why? Why will you go find Isamu? It's like, by this point, every human we've met has had their own motivations, their own selfish desires. Who's to say Frank F. Johnson is any different? At least the demons are upfront about what they want.
Very true.
Alright. Mitama? Mitama? No, I don't want them for anything. Elementals. I do want to stop by the shop, but there isn't a shop here. There was a shop in Ikebukuro. Like, I think Nocturne probably does the best of, like, any of the main series games of establishing how where the human characters end up was their buried personalities to begin with. SMT4 doesn't do such a good job of that. It feels like they eventually just reach a choice of like, hey, you could keep going with your friends, but also extremism.
It's like, hey guys, have you ever tried extremism? I need to actually get back into SMT4. I remember enjoying it.
It's a good game. Good game. Maybe the big difference is you spend so little time actually with the other humans in this game. You only meet up with them at points. Like, everything that Samu's been through, we're aware of a bunch of it, but we're not aware of what he's done, what he's been through between the points we've found him.
Which, I mean, to be entirely honest, it's like... I'm guessing he's been through a not fun time. I mean, we found him in jail, where he was having the Magatsui taken from him.
Yep.
We just came across him in the Amala Network, where he was either absorbing or having stuff thrown at him. Obviously, his body is different now. He's just straight up just not been having a fun time. He got yeeted into a pillar by Thor.
Hey,
but
Clem.
all in all, like, it's his fault, really. Like, if he had stuck with us, we could have protected him. He wouldn't have had to deal with half of that shit.
He's had less of a chance to stick with us than Chiaki has, though.
I will give you that. Chiaki has had more of a chance to actually be with us. Hey, Clem.
Yeah, let's go with that. Good to be back, Clem. Orthus. Those of you... No, that's not Orthus, Pazuzu. Why do I get Orthus and Pazuzu confused? Those of you who have been paying attention to the SMT5 trailers may recognize this dude.
I haven't watched every single SMT5 trailer because I've noticed lately that a lot of trailers are starting to, like, in general, trailers are just starting to spoil a lot. And I'm starting to realize that I would rather go into a game completely blind. Like, that's one reason why I haven't even started the Tui demo that released yesterday. Because people have already been data mining the entire demo, because apparently it contains info beyond just what you can play in the demo.
Yeah. Can't really hide from any of that kind of thing these days. Like, no wonder companies are so reluctant to put demos out.
Yeah, it's like the more people do this, because they want to be... They want to be the person that's like, oh yeah, I reported on this first, you know, get those internet cookie points or whatever.
15 minutes of fame.
Exactly. And not realize, like, they get their 15 minutes of fame and then not really realize the damage it could potentially cause later on. Hi, kitty.
By all the revival beads. That's right, I'm gonna throw down that much. Not even anything else I want. There. Asakusa. Let's head on back.
Do you think Fudamimi will be nice with us now?
Probably not. The mannequins have their own issue going on, which we haven't really discussed because it hasn't been super obvious yet, but it will become obvious the further we go.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Northern part of the city, you say? Healing shrine. I did the healing. Left, yeah. Usual shadows. Junk shop. And there we go. The Magatama I was after.
Nice. On another note, though, because we did mention about like early SMT localizations with Revelations Persona and Last Bible. The whole thing about how 4 Trails games getting announced this week.
Trails from Azure, Trails to Zero, Nayuta Trails, and the last one was Trails to Black, maybe? Trails from Black? The ones I'm really excited about
Reverie.
It might have been Reverie.
Is one of them.
Black might be the new one. Trails to Kuro no Kiseki.
Yeah, that's the new one.
Yeah.
Because I remember a few of my online friends have been talking about it.
The ones I'm particularly interested in are Azure and Zero, because they make up the Crossbell arc, which is the arc between Sky and Cold Steel.
Interesting.
And I know characters from Crossbell appear in Cold Steel.
Oh, yeah, that would help a lot.
Yep. My intention when with doing Trails, when I was going to get to it, was to do all 3 Trails in the Sky games, then do the 2 Crossbell games, and then do Cold Steel. Because they have fan translations, and the localizations NIS America is putting out are actually based on the most recent fan translations from Geofront.
That's actually what I was about to bring up. Is that it's interesting to see a company working with a fan translation group for an official localization. And a part of me kind of hopes it goes well, because that would be an interesting thing, especially in like the JRPG. Sorry, I have a kitty who's trying to get into stuff. Especially in like JRPGs and whatnot, because there's of course all these series that have tons of games that aren't out in English, but you have all these fans that are happily, oh my gosh, there you go, Kat, that are happily translating and stuff. And these companies are just like, okay, we have basically most of what we can work with already done if we just work with the fans that have already translated it and gone over and made sure, hey, yeah, this is good.
Well, there's been the thing for years about, like, why doesn't Nintendo just take the work that's been done for the Mother 3 fan translation? Which the people who did that said they would just give it to Nintendo. Of course, with Nintendo, there's probably a very, very much a pride thing at stake.
Yeah, there's also, if I'm not mistaken, I think Fangamer, you can actually buy a hardcover copy of translation for Mother 3.
Yeah, you can get a bunch of repro carts for that kind of thing.
No, I mean, like, it's a hardcover book where it's like a whole script with screenshots and stuff.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
I have to look it up again because I know Fangamer has some cool stuff like that on it. I know one of the things they have is I think it's by the same person actually, but it's a hardcover book talking about what went into like localizing the original Zelda and like various details and stuff. I've been meaning to pick it up.
Yeah, fuck.
But especially nowadays with people who do fan translations these days, their work has become like a lot more better, I feel. Like for example, just pulling up like Life Bottle Productions, I think Tales of Destiny Director's Cut or Tales of Destiny 2. I can't remember which Destiny they were working on. Because there's two different groups, one doing one or the other. But the screenshots and videos I've seen from those, like the quality that's been put into them looks like they could have been official localizations.
I want to talk about fan translations for RPGs. Like, the main thing goes back to Final Fantasy V. Final Fantasy V was the first big fan translation for an RPG. And it was good. Oh yeah, this game's great. EID. It's a fantastic game. So much fun. Plenty of bullshit.
How dare you say that? We're obviously playing it because we hate it, you know?
And we're almost 40 hours in, and yeah, I can't even say like I don't play RPGs that I don't like for 40 hours because I did that full playthrough of Final Fantasy 13.
I knew you were gonna say Final Fantasy 13.
I tried to like that. I tried to like it. Yeah, the fan translation of FF5, which came out before Square officially did it themselves for the PlayStation, and their official release for the PlayStation was shit. Absolute garbage translation. Don't play the PlayStation version.
I will keep that in mind, because I still need to get a physical copy of 6, or as close to owning a copy of 6 as I can, or I'm willing to go. And I know, like, I think 5 and 6 are on a disc together for PS1.
For you guys, yes.
I'm guessing they did some bullshit in Europe then.
It's been a while since I've said this, but you guys get Final Fantasy Origins, which is 1 and 2, Final Fantasy Chronicles, which is 4 and Chrono Trigger, and then Final Fantasy Anthology, which is 5 and 6. In Europe, we got Final Fantasy Origins, which was 1 and 2, then Final Fantasy Anthology, which was 4 and 5, and then Final Fantasy 6 as a standalone release with a demo for Final Fantasy X.
Excuse me, what? With a demo for Final Fantasy X?
Mm-hmm. We did not get Chrono Trigger until its DS release.
Are you telling me there's a demo for Final Fantasy X that's playable on PS1 though?
Nope. It's a PS2 disc. Came with a PS1 game.
Okay, that...
It's dumb.
Wow, that's really dumb. It's like, hey, you want a disc for a system you might not even own?
Yeah, I've never played the demo. When I actually got a PS2, I had Final Fantasy X.
I kind of want to see what the demo looks like, because I never knew that there was actually like a disc demo for 10. But like, on that same front though, I was cleaning my room yesterday and actually found my old PlayStation 1 demo discs.
I keep wanting to do like a series on the PS1 demos, or just demos in general, but like primarily PS1 demos.
I kind of miss the whole like disc demo thing.
It was cool stuff. And especially when the production life of a game was short enough that you could get a demo like 3 months before a game came out, and it could be substantially different from the final product. Like that was
yeah.
Cool. But go back to the fan translation. Like now, there's so many RPGs that have been fan translated that are worth taking a look. Take your pick of a system, honestly. Super Famicom has some that are really cool. Bahamut Lagoon. Seiken Densetsu 3 before it was officially localized as Trial of Mana. Live a Live. I really want to play Live a Live. Pretty neat.
It does look pretty neat.
New area. Yep, that's
as far as whenever somebody mentions fan translated Super Famicom titles, I'm just like, oh, my brain instantly just goes to the infamous Fantasia fan translation.
You mean the D-Jap one?
Yes.
Is that the one full of swearing?
Yes.
Yeah. Kangaroo doesn't look so bad anymore,
One that
does
also makes... Sorry, what was that?
Kangaroo doesn't look so bad anymore, does it?
No. You're playing on Game Boy Advance and they go to say the word Ragnarok and instead they're just like, this power is Kangaroo.
I wasn't going to explain that.
But
I was just
no,
gonna
the
let
D-Jap
people wonder.
version. The explanation.
I know what the explanation is. Like, I was just going to let people wonder what I was talking about.
But the D-Jap version for Tales of Fantasia is infamous for a certain scene.
I always wonder what I'm talking about. There is so much useless video game knowledge stored in this noggin. I could be talking about anything.
Is it really useless information if you're able to carry a conversation about it, though?
There's a very select number of people I can carry the conversation with. Jack of all trades, master of none. Fun fact, in Dragon Quest 9...
It's funny you say that.
In Dragon Quest 9, there is All Trades Abbey, which is where you change your skill class, which is run by Jack, by a man named Jack, who is known as Jack of all trades. When he is corrupted to become a monster, he becomes known as Master of None.
That's actually pretty clever.
The localizations of Dragon Quest, since at least 8, have been always so full of puns. So what are you saying?
If you appreciate puns, Tales of Zestiria has a character that specifically tries to make puns most of the time that they talk.
FF14 is pretty full of puns. A lot of the quest titles are just pun names.
Amazing.
Like the Ifrit hard mode fight. The quest for it is called Ifrit Bleeds. We can kill it. Yeah, it's right. I came all this way down here and is not even going to open the door.
It's like, open the door, Fudomimi. Give us our money.
Yeah, there's some cool fan translation stuff. Ace Combat 3 is well worth a look on PS1. Because that did actually get a localization. The problem was the localization cut so much out of it. It's a 2-disc game in Japan with multiple cutscenes, I think 5 endings, numerous different pathways you can take, and it's on 2 discs. When it came to the West, they cut out basically all of the story and tied a bunch of the missions in a straight line, so nothing really makes sense. Like missions from different paths.
Oh, that's stupid.
Cut out all of the cutscenes, and that was it. That was what we got. So, like, if you want to play Ace Combat 3, you want to pick up the Japanese fan translation.
Interesting.
It's especially awkward because the later games regularly reference Ace Combat 3 and its story. But we never officially got the story.
That's really unfortunate.
Ace Combat 3 is really good, though.
I guess it's just kind of the awkward thing of like, oh yeah, we're gonna localize this game, but it references this. Oh yeah, so are you gonna, properly bring out this? No.
There's an interesting thing with Ace Combat 2. It was actually remade. If you remember Ace Combat Assault Horizon, which was kind of a spin-off, like it wasn't set in the same universe or anything, it was kind of different. It got a handheld tie-in called Assault Horizon Legacy, which is actually a full remake of Ace Combat 2. And I don't think it was actually advertised anywhere on the package that it's a full remake of Ace Combat 2. It's not just this low-effort tie-in to the console game. Ace Combat's cool. Definitely check out Ace Combat 7.
If you're bringing up the whole DS, though, that makes me think about like how many games ended up getting some type of like edition on the DS.
I still think Nintendo should have done Four Swords DS.
Oh, I totally agree with that.
I think it was a massive wasted opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Four Swords Adventures.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic game when played in multiplayer.
Gotta remember that extra
so
S.
few people could.
Yeah. It's just a weird thing of like, yeah, we're gonna have this be a GameCube game that in order to do proper 4-player multiplayer, you have to buy 4 additional cables, have to have 4 Game Boy Advances, or at least 3 Game Boy Advances. And it's just like, that is a lot of hardware that, as time goes on, it's just, no one's gonna be able to go back and play this multiplayer, really.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a wasted opportunity that it didn't get like a port or something for DS or 3DS.
Triforce Heroes will never count, Teague.
I completely agree with that. Triforce Heroes does not count because I've been very slowly working my way through Triforce Heroes. I'm like a fourth of the way through it, and it has its charm, but it is not Four Swords Hero. God damn it. I almost said Four Swords Hero. It is not Four Swords Adventure.
There is the thing, like, there were a few games on the GameCube that made use of connecting a Game Boy Advance to them. Like, most notably Crystal Chronicles, which I haven't played the remaster. I heard Square botched it. Which is a shame, because I was looking forward to being able to play that multiplayer. But there was also Pac-Man Versus, which was a really neat idea, where you hooked up one Game Boy Advance to the system, and 3 regular controllers.
Oh,
And the person on the
Okay,
Game
yeah,
Boy
that is
Advance would see the full Pac-Man maze on the Game Boy Advance and would be playing as Pac-Man. And the people playing on the TV would only see a small section of the maze around them and be playing as the ghosts. And it's really
huh.
cool.
That is actually a really cool way of handling that.
That did actually show up on the DS as part of Namco Museum DS.
But damn.
And it's fully functional, and it's really a shame that Nintendo didn't take cues from that.
Honestly, when it comes to Zelda games and whatnot, I'm kind of surprised that they haven't put together a Triforce trilogy. I mean, not Triforce, fuck. A Four Swords trilogy.
You mean Minish Cap Four Swords Adventures?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, that in itself is a connected trilogy within the Zelda, like, series. It would make sense to go ahead and just put all 3 of them together somehow.
It would make sense for Nintendo to do a lot of things that they're not doing.
Like, actually properly celebrating, I don't know, Zelda's anniversary.
Mm-hmm. It's like, hey, here's Zelda Game & Watch. You can have 3 games. Zelda 1, which has not aged well. Zelda 2, which has not aged well. And the original non-color version of Link's Awakening, which is the weakest version. And it's like, okay, so you're not giving us DX, why? And also, why aren't you throwing in Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons? I don't give a fuck what you value these things at, they are Game Boy games.
I recently played Oracle of Ages and Seasons. I can fully agree with that.
Yep, they are indeed Game Boy games.
Alright, so that's a friendly demon.
Hmm. I think a big problem with a lot of what Nintendo does is, in a lot of ways, refusal to change.
Yeah, that's actually...
It's like you brought up last week when we were talking about Seek, the why it's Link's Awakening and not Link's Awakening DX on the Game & Watch thing. Because Link's Awakening DX has references to the Game Boy camera and printer. And it's like, well, why not do something about that then? Huh.
Oh.
Interesting.
What's Hikawa up to?
It's a good question. Like, what is he doing since Read the Maiden? Okay. It's like Nintendo's...
Like, the way that demon just described that... Sorry.
No, you go.
I was just gonna say, the way that demon just described it, it's like, take the advice of a longtime Asakusa resident. Just like, you being a spokesperson for this place now?
It is a weird thing to bring us, like, hey, you should check on your friends every
Like, I'm
once
just
in a while.
imagining him making, like, an info...
Like, hey, you should check on your friends every
The way
once in a
he
while.
said it was...
Take it from someone who lives here. It's like, what?
He's just gonna go make his own infomercial about how, like, not checking in on your friends turns them into demons or something.
Yeah, the way Nintendo does the bare minimum and then demands full price for it has been frustrating for a long time. They used to be better about it. They used to put more effort into that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for all my problems with Wind Waker, like, Wind Waker HD is a very well put together package that was worth the price you pay for it. Super Mario Sunshine, as it is on Mario 3D All-Stars Collection, is not.
I haven't even opened up my copy of, like, 3D All-Stars, because I'm just like... I mainly picked it up because I'm a stickler for physical copies of games, and I never had Super Mario 64.
That's fair enough. The unfortunate thing is, if you hack your Switch, you can get a port of the PC version of Super Mario 64. And it is better in every way.
That's really unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. We shouldn't be in a place where fans are doing better than Nintendo does.
But I mean, that is kind of just evidence of certain things. People are like, oh, people aren't going to do stuff for free. I'm like, you very obviously have not met people that are fans.
Mm. Fan translations, fan ports, fan remakes, fan games.
Fan mods.
Mm. Look at how much official product has actually been influenced by fan works. I want the big guy. That works. Nice. Definitely want him.
No!
Negotiation.
Yep.
Yeah, like I've said before, like you look at fucking stuff like Earthbound. You know, Earthbound isn't the best example because like, it's not the fan stuff. Trials of Mana. I strongly believe that the entire reason why Trials of Mana actually got to a point where Square was willing to localize the original version for Collection of Mana is due to the support it got from the fan translation Seiken Densetsu 3. And even then, the only reason Square really gave us Trials of Mana and Collection of Mana was because they were doing the remake anyway. They already had the script translated. Is that it, really? Nothing else really to do, I guess, except head back to Ikebukuro. Let's check on Frank F. Johnson before we leave.
After all, we gotta take the advice of our local Asakusa resident.
It's harder to notice in the original release, but it's much easier to notice in HD version because of the widescreen. But all of these terminals have 3 doors. You can just see the sides of the 2 other doors at the edges of the screen.
Interesting. Like looking at the video, I can tell that now.
Kick him out of the network, how?
Yeah, I was about to ask that. Like, how are you going to kick him out? Can I pull like a Sailor Moon move on him? Like throw your hat at him like it's a tiara?
I was going to do a Superman 2 move. Pull the cellophane S off and throw it in. I like the first 2 Superman movies. They are classics of comic book cinema and they are good movies. But they made up some bullshit powers.
I'm just currently thinking of him like being like, the power of Christ compels you.
Well, Superman
Get
2...
Get out of the network.
Superman 2 ends with Superman pulling out the bullshit power of memory erasing kiss to erase Lois Lane's knowledge of Superman's secret identity. There is also that, but that's kind of a Silver Age thing, and the first Superman movie came out in the 70s, so I'll forgive that. Oh, did I never go up those stairs? Yeah, the best thing to come out of that memory erasing kiss was the Robot Chicken sketch where Superman decides to do it to all of his greatest enemies.
It's been so long since I've watched Robot Chicken.
I just watch some of the clips every now and then on YouTube. Like individual sketches. Mostly for the DC stuff. I find the DC stuff to be genuinely funny. A lot of the other stuff is very hit and miss.
I do remember that about Robot Chicken, is that it was very hit or miss.
Like the DC stuff comes from a place of like genuine fan love, and you can really tell. It's ridiculous, and they love it, and it's wonderful.
Speaking of like genuine love of something, thinking back to how this last week was Sonic's 30th anniversary.
Ah yes, and how somehow Sonic still has fans. Don't at me with that shit.
I'm actually like half excited for Sonic Colors Ultimate.
Is that because you remember that Sonic Colors was a decent game?
Yes. But I saw something about how Sonic Colors Ultimate is actually going to include stuff from the DS version.
DS version was underappreciated.
I never got to play the DS version, but I always wanted to pick it up because I heard it was different from the Wii version, and I was very surprised that Sonic Colors on the Wii was actually good.
It's basically the third Rush game, but it is definitely better than Rush Adventure. Rush Adventure was boring as fuck.
Rush Adventure took me so long to finally finish because I was so tired of doing the stupid boat races.
Yeah, I got to the end of the story and then stopped. I did not go for all the side stuff to get the true ending.
I was stubborn enough that I was like, you know what? It took me 2 years to get through Sonic 06. If I can get through Sonic 06, I can get through any other Sonic game.
Ugh. Am I gonna do the Sonic Marathon 2? I mean, if I do, Sonic 06 is gonna be there. Sonic 06 isn't even the thing I'm looking forward to the least.
Doing a Sonic Marathon 2, actually, what would be the first game you would start off with?
Heroes.
Would it be Sonic Heroes?
Because I ended the first marathon with Adventure 2, because Adventure 2 pissed me right the fuck off. I spent like an hour on the final boss. It was bullshit. I hate Last Story to begin with. I think ultimately Sonic Adventure 2 is a much weaker game than Adventure 1.
There's interesting things in Sonic Adventure 2, but as a whole, it's definitely something that's aged.
I don't think it's so much the age, because like Sonic Adventure 1 has aged. I think Sonic Adventure 2, with the exception of most of the Sonic and Shadow stages, wasn't good to begin with. Like, Knuckles and Rouge stuff has a decent basis. We know that because that basis was in Sonic Adventure 1 and it was fun. And then they brought it into Sonic Adventure 2 and made it worse.
The thing that mainly sucks with like trying to do those stages is like the time missions.
Fucking Hirex. Never doing that. Green Hill 3D Green Hill Zone can just stay locked. I don't care. Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. I like how we both had the same reaction.
Oh, it's you. What a surprise. It's been a while since we last met, young man. What should I say? Demi-fiend. Frankly, it never crossed my mind before. But it seems we were destined to meet again. Cool story, bro. I accumulated enough Megatsui for creation when I destroyed the mantra. That's why I didn't stop you from going to the obelisk. I also wanted to verify that you were truly the Demi-fiend. However, not only did you beat my subordinates, but you single-handedly set the maiden free. The strength of the Demi-fiend, as written in the scripture of Moroku, was beyond my expectations. You might be able to aid me in delivering Shijima to the world. A man's greed is like fire. While it is small, it is warm and comfortable. But fire eventually grows into flames, devouring everything in its path. Mankind grew to covet fire. Humans became dependent on its warmth and averted their eyes from its destructive nature.
I hope we get to have his little fade to white background.
The reason of Shijima, yeah. You have to give me a second. This actually does really great on the throat. It's a good voice, and I like the
I can
voice,
tell.
but it grates on the throat.
Yeah, like it's a really good voice. I can definitely tell it does great on your throat.
Humans should serve the world. By doing so, a life of repose would be in turn promised to them. What is desirable is undesirable. It's not man that makes the distinction. It is the world. Humans should be the beacon of light of the world. The light spins quietly, sometimes bright, sometimes dim, becoming one with the world. That is the ideal way of life. Would you agree? The world should be ruled by serenity.
Oh, Serenity, you mean like the Moon Princess?
No, I mean like Firefly. I'm a big Joss Whedon fan.
Ah, shit. I outed myself as a weeb. I gotta dig another hole in my grave.
Yes, you do that. Yeah, no. So you're a mere demon after all. It was wrong to think that you would understand my ideal. Honestly, you know, of everybody who feels like they've been trying to use me, I feel like you are the most blatant of it, because up until like 20 minutes ago, you were trying to kill me. There's now time for us to part. Will not feel at ease until this is all over. Do not sense something wicked in the air. Someone is scheming to ignite the ember that still glows within the remains of Gozu Tenno. I must not falter while the others strive to establish their foolish reasons. It is I who will create the new world. And then he just disappeared. Just create a point though, like someone should try to reignite Gozu Tenno. How much of a problem is it going to be to climb this tower again? Apparently not. And we lost ChanceEm. Okay, stream's still going fine. ChanceEm's gone. Oh, there's ChanceEm, letting us know. Ooh, the rain's affecting it. Connecting. Mazan. Yeah, we can spend the MP. Nice. Briefly cut power, damn. So we can't get into the mantra headquarters. So the question we end up with where to? We go through the back entrance? The nearest point to that would be Kabukicho, I think. Walk backwards from the prison. think it's Kabukicho. Let's save before we go anywhere. Ikebukuro Tunnel, that might be. Go through the Ikebukuro Tunnel to get to Kabukicho? Still need to take down the Oni down here anyway. And there's ChanceEm. Awesome, didn't need to use a light ball. Got anything for me? Nope. Alright. Let's get out.
Hey.
There we go, ChanceEm back.
Yeah, it's really funny. That storm hit completely out of nowhere, and now the sun is out. Like, it's literally as if God was just like, hey, have a bucket of water. Just kidding. Here you go.
The gods reject.
Yep.
Alright, so... Door to the Mantra Tower is locked, so I'm intending to circle around to the other entrance, see if we can get in that way.
Okay.
Someone's trying to do something with Gozu Tenno. I want to try and see what's going on. We are. Door's closed, can't get in. Alright, back into Bukuro Station then. Head back to the terminal and we'll figure out where we're going next. Asakusa, maybe? Weird that they just throw that at me. So, here somewhere. Ooh, Kelpies. There it is. And then straight ahead. And I don't have to use a light ball.
Yeah, I was sitting here like looking at this. I was looking at it like, wow, I'm surprised you're not using a light ball.
Yeah, because I'm not going through the tunnel properly right now. Like, just, no.
I am so horrible with directions that even when I'm not properly going through an area, I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'd use a light ball.
There we go.
Oh, hello. Everyone, listen to me. What I am about to say is critical to our future. Every one of you has worked hard for our peace, ever since we escaped from the mantra.
I think escaped is the wrong term. I think the right word would be rescued. Just saying.
But another power is being born that can potentially bring our efforts to naught. Yes, it's Yoyogi. This evil power will take form at Yoyogi Park.
Wow, that's been a long time.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that... like, all the way back to the very, very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it is but a mere shadow. However, when it takes form, it will have enough power to change the face of the world. Mannequins just kind of being like, shake.
Shake, 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 Sonora, work your body fine. Right, some mannequins.
Only mannequins, you know. No one else. There's no one else other than mannequins that should be concerned about whatever is about to happen, apparently. But we should not fear this. We have learned to work together. If we join forces, we will be able to fight this evil power.
But can you do the impossible? Can you see the invisible?
Fight. Now I want to like rewatch that series. Let us work harder and prepare for that time.
Let us work harder, not smarter.
We will not fall to the power that is brewing in Yoyogi Park.
I mean, no, you're probably going to fall to me.
The future is there for us to change. We will create our own path. There will be an end to our journey. A world where we are free from suffering. Yes, the world of mannequins will surely come. And I go lock myself away now.
Who's injured?
It's like, that was a fun speech. It's like Yoyogi Park is where we first met Frank F. Johnson.
Yeah, back in Tokyo, not in the Vortex world.
Sounds like that might be a problem.
The issue I'm thinking of is because this was a long time ago. This was the first area we went to after we got out of Shinjuku Medical Center.
Mm-hmm.
Half of Yoyogi Park is cut off. And so the question really becomes, how do we get in the other side? And they said the fairies were there.
Do you think if we ask? Do you think if we ask nicely, they'll just be like, "Oh yeah, you can come over"?
Probably not. Let's hit the heal spot. No, it's expensive Yogi Park.
Ooh. Maybe one day when the world isn't on fire, I will decide to travel the world.
Nix might have some information for me. And if not, we can check the club in Shibuya. Really? Nice. Yeah, let's check in with Nix. See if she's got any info for us. Yeah, Ash is directing us to Mifune Shiro, which we already went to.
Yeah.
Yogi Park. Right, back to Shibuya. In a long time.
It's like, while you're over here in Shibuya, you mind like looking to see if you might come across the kid with like pointy orange hair and headphones?
No, he's wearing a hat now.
Well, tell him hats are dumb.
This after all the fuss you made over losing your hat?
Tell him hats are dumb. I've changed my mind.
He says he stayed in Shibuya.
Teak over here just kind of flexing on us.
No, I'm past the point where I wanted to go to Japan.
My mom was actually born in Japan.
Hmm.
It's always been a place I'm like interested to go check out at some point.
There's the club.
We're still part human. We're gonna go get crunk in the club.
Hey, you found me in the club, bottle full of bub.
Got the apple bottom jeans with the boots with the fur.
That's a different song, Chance. Alright, hit the Fountain of Life again. See if anybody in the club knows back entrance.
Meanwhile, because of like my joke a second ago, I'm just like, you know, I wonder if there's actually like an alcohol called Fountain of Life.
No, it wouldn't surprise me, someone's probably done it. Just for the sake of being pretentious.
I used to have water from the Fountain of Youth. It very heavily smelled of sulfur.
Sounds like it might have been a scam.
I mean, wouldn't surprise me. It was one of those things of like, my dad went on like this life-changing journey thing he insisted on doing, and it was one of the things he brought back from it.
I always thought these were supposed to be like warding talismans, but looking at them now, I think they're supposed to be like flyers. These things. Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are flyers. I can understand why you would think that they would have been warding talismans, though.
Yeah, what else do you...
Well, that was just a loud crack of thunder I heard outside. The DJ is totally into it, despite being a soul.
Use a Matama with a demon. Temple north of Ueno. Use a Matama with demons is like the only interesting thing we got out of that. That and the idea that being cursed affects demon fusion, but like we're so rarely cursed to begin with. Alright.
This did just remind me of, partial discussion I was having with Meg the other day. About how some RPGs should give you the option to have either just inflict yourself with certain status effects or just, like, choose your level of experience that you take on. The whole part about, you know, being cursed affects fusion would be like, oh, hey. That'd be something that'd be interesting if you could just let yourself be cursed.
Like, is it a positive or a negative effect?
I feel like just allowing the player to... Okay, that was another loud crack of thunder. I feel that allowing the player to have options such as this gives them a wider range of freedom within the game itself. Like, it gives them more options to customize how they play. Which adds to replay factor. Because, I mean, when it comes to Pokemon, you have people doing, like, Nuzlocke challenges and other, like, really hard stipulations on them. Give you the option to have, like, pick up, like, no experience or, like, half experience. Give yourself the option to curse yourself or poison yourself or something like that. You could set some pretty hard stipulations on yourself if you were able to do that.
Yeah, the self-imposed challenges are always of interest to somebody. Hey, here we are back at Yogi Park.
Oh yeah, seeing the Incubus demon reminded me of something I read the other day.
Asakusa Tunnel. What is it, ChanceEm?
What do you think of when you see the words incubus and succubus?
Sex demons.
Alright, is there anything, like, specific that you think of with the individual words, though?
Succubus usually just tied specifically to mythology, and the mythology turned up in various video games. Recurring enemy in Castlevania. Sometimes given a story presence.
So, based on the words themselves, if you break them down, it basically refers to one means to lie upon and one means to lie under.
Yeah, I feel like both of them should be dominant.
Think. But based off of the breakdown of the words themselves, apparently they aren't gendered. It's just they were made to appear that way due to how the words translate.
Well, they are old words. Asakusa Tunnel.
That just hit me out of nowhere looking at this. With escape rooms being, like, really popular these days.
Yeah.
And I know there's been some Final Fantasy themed escape rooms in Japan. I'd be interested to see how a SMT themed escape room would go. Oh, hi, it's you again. What's up, Satoshi? Find anything interesting?
Yeah, probably. What's it to you?
I heard you can't get inside Mantra's headquarters right now. The mannequins are worried. Former members of Mantra could be involved, but most likely, they wouldn't try anything without a leader.
Which is why they're likely trying to revive Gozu Tenno. Sacrifice of Magatsue.
Which reminds me, lately I've heard talk about Fudamimi. Maybe those mannequins are up to something themselves.
Yeah, everybody's up to something. Were you going into the Amala Network?
I've got no updates on Chance. Is he playing dead or what? Oh well. Give himself away eventually. In the meantime, why don't you go find out about Fudamimi? Like, give myself up eventually, bitch, please.
You know, I don't think
It's like,
you're the smartest person in play here.
look, my reason is the reason of isolation. If I don't want to be found, I'm going to assume I don't want to be found.
Your reason is the reason of whiny bitch.
Oh, hi, Sina.
Hey, Sina.
I like how Sina appears right when you make the comment about how my reason is being a whiny bitch.
It basically is.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Alright.
I feel like so far out of everyone in the game, like, excuse me, Hijiri is being the smartest because he's actually like tagging along with you.
No, he's mostly doing his own thing, but he's not making himself a presence. Is the smartest thing. He's hiding mostly, listening out. He's playing smart.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, you know, Santa, the usual. What's going on with you?
I have thunder cracking on my side of the world, if that counts.
Thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening me. Alright, they fixed this now. Interesting. Huh. Shimi Station. With a giant hole.
Is that the first? I was gonna say, was the station the first place like we were at, basically?
That was Yogi Park Station.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going pretty good, Sina. Making progress. He only died once near the start because we got caught off guard by some bullshit.
Literally right at the start.
Yeah.
Like 5 minutes into stream at the start. I think we're doing pretty good after that.
So we're currently on 14 deaths.
Oh, you're different.
Collects a mannequin. Three Magatamas.
Shit. And one of them is hella expensive.
Healing type as well. That is... At that price, that is going to be some impressive healing magic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested in the physical types, though.
We gotta become even more punchy.
Hmm. What's going on with you? Huh. I want to go back and explore that other tunnel before we head forward.
Completely understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you weren't in the middle of an apocalypse, like, it's always good to investigate everything before you go forward.
I know what good is
I'm
you'll
looking
find.
at the map right, I think... Yeah, but also, if I'm reading the map right, I think there might be another place also amongst this.
Hmm.
Like, I think there was another path I just saw.
Very close to 50.
Hmm.
That way the temple Bishamon's supposed to be guarded. Let's go back. The spread of demons in this area has been weird.
I was just thinking about that.
Didn't realize I was weak to fire right now.
I also was not aware of that either. At least Valkyrie absorbs fire. But that also had you almost dying. Just realized how hard that, like, hit you. Holy crap.
There we go. Ah. And here we go. Soul recruit. Yeah, no. Cool. The flirting's all well and good, but I imagine that the horse is part of her, so it's not going to work out between us. Let me see, Valkyrie, then Kushinada. And then we'll buff
I was
it
gonna
up
make a
with
joke
a
of,
breath.
like... I was gonna make a joke and be like, maybe she was hoping you were probably a brony or something.
Not in this lifetime.
Maybe the next lifetime.
Probably not.
Check back again then. Alright, maybe in the next lifetime.
Nope, by that point, we'll have all been dead. Forever.
What about in the next lifetime?
Maybe.
I'm trying to give a girl like a hand here, okay?
This problem, like
Or a
most
hoof, in
girls
this
will
case.
appreciate 2 hands. They like the attention. Alright. Where the fuck am I? I don't want these guys.
Had enough with angels for right now.
Maybe when we start hitting the higher tiers. I always forget what the higher tiers of angels actually are.
I'm gonna go grab my guide real quick, actually. Because I forget what the higher tiers are, too.
What do we got? Angel, Power, Dominion, Archangel at some point. Metatron is usually in there somewhere.
Oh, they're called Divine.
These guys? Archangels. Divine is the type.
No, Angel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Divine is the type. So the Angel type is the Divine type. But Throne, Dominion, Virtue,
I always forget
Power,
thrones.
Principality, Archangel, and Angel.
Fuck it, Gam.
I mean, you probably aren't that tasty. What, your wings would probably, like, crisp, be kind of bacony, but not really? I'm guessing they would be, like, either more crispy or rubbery. I mean, it would be a pain to try and eat your armor on top of it.
This isn't Digital Devil Saga, we're not here to eat people. Oh, here's a winner. This. Principality. No, we can kill it in 2 hits, don't want it.
The Principality is only one step up from Archangel.
That has to be the temple that we're talking about with Bishamon.
Yeah, at this point in the game, you're probably wanting Virtue or Dominion.
Yeah. Emon. Are there 4 of those?
4. There is a temple.
Oh, that's for later. Aren't there 4 key moments?
I like how it's just like there's.
Yeah, that's probably something for later. Probably quite a bit later.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. It's like, no, I thought it was something different. A place with a red door and gold writing on it.
Okay, so this place is labelled as Yushima Station. They called it Asakusa Tunnel though when we went in.
Interesting.
This
He's
looks
just
familiar.
sleeping. Nah, he's just sleeping. It's fine.
One thing I
He
think
just covered himself in some ketchup.
One thing I think the HD version definitely loses is the mooding with the coloured lighting like this.
Mm-hmm. I'm guessing with the HD version, the lighting is a lot brighter.
I think it's more uniform.
Of light bulb.
Alright. That's good enough. Let's check how close we're to new Kagetsuchi. This isn't ominous. It really doesn't help that there's no music here.
There's always no music for me.
Like, there is music in the battle, but while we're out there, there's no music. God damn it.
Rip. Bye, Kusanada. Out of all your party members... Well, fuck. I was gonna say, out of all of your party members, Kusanada is the one that, like, gets wrecked the easiest.
Fucking Mudoon. See what Pazuzu can do.
Pazuzu can void their attacks.
Just death.
I feel like that's still pretty good for the time being, if that's like the main thing that they're throwing out at you.
Here we go again. I can take him down. Plus 2 there. Zuzu we should probably keep, but...
Yeah, I feel like they kind of proved themselves in that last battle as being a very good asset for you, at least for right now.
Hmm. Put them back on the back burner. Not done with either of these two yet.
Oh, hey, you're still alive. I'm not sure for how long, but this one's still alive.
I don't like that. Went to yogi.
It's like, thank goodness it was dark while I sit in the puddle of my own blood.
And in a bright light.
Yeah.
There we go. Nice. Feels like it's teasing me with not actually pushing me right up to the level 50. Like, I feel like we've done enough battles between when I mentioned it and now that we should have hit level 50, and we just haven't.
I mean, there was one time I was level grinding in Digital Devil Saga, and for a few levels in a row, it would always leave me with, like, 1 point at the end of, like, switching between levels. I would always end with, like, 1 point left to level up to the next level. So you couldn't give me that extra point in the battle I was just doing.
DDS. I'm more straightforward than this.
Truth be told, I feel that Digital Devil Saga as a whole is just a more straightforward game.
There's more
like,
direction.
in regards of, like, go here, go here.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, having you run around. If that makes sense.
The only place where there isn't direction is the side quests, which I do think was kind of an issue because there was so little direction to that. As in none.
Yeah, that is one of my biggest... that is one of my big complaints about Digital Devil Saga, is, like, if you want to complete the side quests, good luck. Because, like, whereas in Tales of the Abyss, you have a shitload of side quests, and some of them are extremely time sensitive. Meanwhile, in Digital Devil Saga, you have not a whole lot of side quests, but fuck if you'll ever come across them or know how to trigger them. At least not without a guide. like the problem, both of them have their own problems, but in two different ways of where you need a guide to actually figure out how to do the quests. It's like when it comes to side quests, I feel like there needs to be like a happy medium between the two.
Definitely a problem RPGs have been having in more recent years has been the case of too many side quests. It's hard to pinpoint when that problem really started. You could argue Xenoblade Chronicles has it, but Xenoblade Chronicles also makes dealing with side quests a lot easier, because all you have to do is complete the criteria and then you're done. There's no bringing stuff back to people, which was one of the biggest praises people gave for it.
Like, I'll give, just to use, newer Tales games as a point of reference, like Tales of Shilla. I mean, I don't think Tales of Shilla had it, actually. Tales of Systeria, Tales of Berseria. Where, if there's a side quest wherever you currently are, you normally have, like, a marker on your map to go talk to somebody. And that gives you a heads up of, like, hey, there's a quest that could be either continuing or starting near you. And I appreciate that. And I don't mind if a game has a ton of side quests, you know, if it adds to the lore of the game.
Yeah.
But sometimes some side quests feel like they only exist just to pad the game out.
Like Xillia 2.
Yeah.
I need to get PS Plus back before I consider doing a stream of Xillia 2. I need to get my save back somewhere on the cloud. I am not doing that game again if I can't do it on New Game Plus. With the XP and Gold boosters. Because that game is just tedious.
Speaking of PlayStation 3 games, I recently finally picked up a game that lets me complete a trilogy on PlayStation 3.
CL No Surge. No, Artanelico
No.
Koga?
No, I already had Artanelico.
Yeah. That is what it's called, Artanelico Koga. They didn't call it 3, did they?
They did not call it 3. They called it Artanelico Koga. Nell of Arceal, I think. No, I regrettably got Final Fantasy 13-3.
You know, I still haven't
Another
played
one
it.
that wasn't actually called 13-3.
Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13. I haven't played it yet, but, like, I do bring up as a little bit of praise whenever it's brought up. Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns is one of the few games in, like, the last 10 years that I bought because the back of the box interested me.
Alright, grab the back of the box real quick then.
Oh, there's no
there's
no point in doing that, because I have looked at it in more recent years and I can't remember why.
Mainly picked it up because, like, for some reason on the secondhand market, it goes expensive, but I recently was able to find a new sealed copy for like $15.
It's interesting. I bought it years ago, brand new, £10.
Yeah, it's interesting how certain games just, I don't know, their value fluctuates.
I think early PS3 games are going to be like the big thing with that because they weren't released digitally.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of the stuff like that is always tied to a desire to actually play. You gotta stop fucking casting Mudoon at me.
I was like, they keep casting Mudoon. It makes me feel like ingesting one of the Magatamas that just voids that, so you can just be like, yo, fuck off.
Yeah, it's really making me nervous.
Yeah, it's making me nervous. That's why I made the comment about ingesting one of the other Magatamas.
Null death there, but weak to expel. There's stuff to learn from it though, so that's not bad. Really, that's the only one I've got that nulls death? I had another one. Hellfire. Yeah, let's throw this on then. Really hope I don't run into anybody with fucking spell skills. You know, if we're gonna keep running into Nagas down here, better fire spell would not be a bad idea. But then we run into the issue that we had to begin with of magic. Dealing with magic. Well, I suppose at that point we are using it pretty much just to get the extra turn.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
That's good. And there's new Kagetsuchi. Alright, let's head down this way. Get him. Nothing there. Alright. What we're going to do is we're going to hit the next save point and then we're going to call it.
Okay. I know you mentioned today was going to be a short stream.
Yeah.
And I know we're getting on about 2.5 hours?
Yeah,
now?
we're just over 2.5 hours.
That would be about like half the usual stream length.
Well, the usual goal I set for myself is about 3. And anything.
Well, I mean half the usual for us, because we're usually like 5 hours.
Yeah, we do have a habit of going along with these. Just get wrapped up in it because it's such a fun game. This entire fucking place is going to be damage tiles, isn't it?
The juxtaposition there of like, this is such a fun play. Oh, fuck damage tiles.
That was wonderful.
Good job, Daisoju. You deserve a raise.
Yeah, give me that crit.
Nice crit.
Alright, they're weak to force, remember that.
Weak to force. Okay, Daisoju redeemed himself, I think.
don't like that, because that attack has a potential of stone. And, you know, let's be honest, stone? No. No. That's the problem when you cover your entire body with hair.
Hair is kind of flammable.
Yep. Got him. At some point, we are going to have to go back into Ikebukuro tunnels. Deal with the Oni there.
I forgot about the Oni in there.
They have a Magatama.
For some reason, I thought we had already... Yeah, for some reason, though, I thought we had already, beat him.
Oh, there are 4 down there. Didn't beat the first one. That's why we left it. Yep. Damage tiles. All over the place.
You got float balls?
Yep.
I like how you use a float ball just to take 3 steps.
There's gonna be more. We res.
I know there's gonna be more. It wouldn't be SMT if there wasn't. What you thinking?
Is this the way we want to go for a save point, or do we want to go back up?
Where's the last save? And actually, I have the
in
guide.
Asakusa.
I can look. You're currently in Asakusa Tunnel. Let's see. And double check, because they don't put the reference of like how to read the maps with each map, so I need to cross-reference this with something else.
Yeah, they want you to follow it as you go.
As if I'll remember what their key to the map is every single time.
Ah, these f***s. Stuff like Retaliate is just such an issue when you go on physical focus. I forgot for a second if they worked with fire or not. With that going through, I remember, like, no, it was, force. Go down a prayer. Fire. Really hoping that'd finish it. So I could talk to this last dude. I want one of these guys. God damn it. I want one of these guys with Retaliate. Beat to electricity. Really mute?
Doesn't look like there's a whole. It doesn't look like there's a lot of floors in this tunnel, but I'm also not seeing a save. However, once you get to Yoyogi Park, that's where it's gonna be a while. It looks like that's has a lot. Like, not a lot of saves, that's just gonna be a lot of an area.
Yeah. So there probably will be a lot of saves. Fire. And punch. And another fire. And punch. And punch. Nice. Gotta love those one turn wins. Okay. Nothing over there. Alright, my turn. I always like it when you have a game that does keep track of enemy MP counts. Like the enemies don't
I
just
do
have
very much
infinite
appreciate
MP.
that.
So the fuck do you think this is, Gen 1 of Pokemon?
Alright, so if I'm reading this right, because it took forever to find the freaking key for the guide, once you finish Asakusa Tunnel, there should be a save at the beginning of Yoyogi Park.
Alright. So we're not going to cover this area as much as we usually do, and we'll probably come back to it. Nice. Appreciate my crits. Yeah, I'm going to assume this is the other side. Female human. That doesn't bode well.
Interesting.
There is a point to consider with that, though. Has Sakahagi gone after anybody who wasn't a mannequin?
I don't think he has. It's like the only ones we've seen him attack so far are mannequins.
He didn't attack us. What are the fairies guarding Yogi Park for, though? There's your question. Here we are. At least for nothing. The other side of Yogi Park, which this is where we first met Frank F. Johnson. Hi, Pixie.
Like, we had one of you in our party for a while back then.
Concerning. You know what? I'm going to appreciate this dungeon much more if this is going to be the battle theme for it. The normal battle.
Ah.
Like, I like that
Which,
Nocturne has so much
this
variety in its battle themes, but like its standard battle theme is just so good.
I was gonna say, I do find it interesting that, like, when you go back to an early game area, it is giving you, like, the regular battle theme rather than the other stuff we've heard lately.
It's not that the regular battle theme is tied to earlier areas, it's that other locations have their own specific battle themes set to them. Like, there's the Amala Network battle theme. Oh, okay,
hello.
was not expecting you.
Well, hello. I knew you would come.
Tone down the seduction. We're not playing that anymore. The illusion has been shattered. I am no longer hot for teacher.
Wah, wah. Sounds like that social link got reversed.
That was her fault.
You heard about what's happening here, right?
It's some vague prophecy bullshit.
The existence of a power that can change the world. I'm sorry that I disappeared after you saved me.
Yeah, no, you disappearing was the best part of saving you.
It was my god who did that. I couldn't do anything about it.
And again, the refusal to take responsibility for your own actions.
I lost most of my power. thanks to Hikawa and his obelisk. But my god has been protecting me since then, and I'm doing much better now. Hikawa won't be able to take control of me again.
Because your god has control of you. You traded one master for another. And you did it willingly.
I won't let him be the one to shape the new world. What he envisions is a world where the thread of time is spun unerringly, without change.
Yeah, he calls it serenity. What he means is sterility.
You can't call that a world. It's just wasted space, totally devoid of power. To restrain the reborn world would be unforgivable. As the one responsible for the destruction of the old world, it's my duty to shape the new one.
No, it's really not.
The world cannot remain in a state of chaos, nor can it fall prey to Hikawa's ambitions. But right now, there's nothing I can do. My god has spoken to me, but she has yet to reveal the reason.
Much as I disagree with them, one point I can give in favour of Hikawa, Isamu, and Chiaki is they came up with their own reasons based on their own experiences. They're not waiting for somebody else to tell them what to do, they're making their own choice, taking matters into their own hands. You're still a puppet.
You know what's been going on here lately? Well, all because of the Yahira no Kimarugi. Hey, Lino.
Hey, Lino, how you doing, buddy?
The Yahira no Himarogi is a stone that contains an enormous amount of Yatsui. It grants tremendous power to its possessor. Word spread that the stone is somewhere in Yoyogi Park, and now everybody is trying to claim it for their own. I'm not interested in Magatsui, but the stone is rumored to have the power to control even gods.
I'm doing okay, Lino. How you doing, ChanceEm?
I'm doing pretty good. Once I have that power, I'll be worthy of receiving the reason from my god.
Possibility of gaining the power to control gods in front of you, and you intend to use it as an offering. Again, rejecting the idea of taking your life into your own hands.
Currently, the Yahira no Himarogi is in someone's possession. I'm not sure who, but I can sense a strong power. Their power is so strong that I wouldn't stand a chance against it.
I don't think it's a matter of power. I don't think you stand a chance against anybody with the slightest sense of conviction.
But I think you would. If I promise to give you the Magatsui contained inside it, will you try to get the Yahira no Himarogi for me?
No.
I see. I want you to know that you're the only one I feel like I can rely on.
What about your god? What about the one to whom you've given your strings?
Even if you say no, I still have faith in you. You weren't able to get inside the park before, right? Here, take this. It's the key to that locked door. The choice is yours, but I believe in you. Goodbye, Satoshi. I'll be here, waiting for you. So basically, she's just like, I'm gonna hide out in like this closet, like this utility closet. You go do shit for me.
Very manipulative. Try and create a sense of dependence. Still a puppet controlled by somebody else, but she's not a fool.
Should be a save around here.
What was that?
There should be a save around this area.
Yeah, I think it's probably before the big door the big guy was next to him. That's probably the door we unlock.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Yeah. There we go. Mm-hmm. I was double checking the map just now, and it's like, yep, there it is.
And a regular terminal, so before we do this, let's head to Ginza, get a heal, and then we'll come back and save.
Alright.
I think one of the things Nocturne does that really deserves praise for above the other SMT games is the exploration of the philosophy of different characters. And I think that's partly because the philosophy isn't as simple as law, neutral, chaos. Okay, nobody's dead. How many Magatamas do we need? 2 more there, and then 8. So there's 10 more Magatamas. You know where three of them were the collector. There's a 4th one in Ikebukuro Tunnel,
With
which
the
leaves
Oni.
us with 6. What do you say?
I said, you were mentioning the 4th one. I was like, the 4th one's in the tunnel with the Oni.
Yeah. That leaves us with 6. One thing going along with the idea of the philosophy that I do like with Nocturne as well is how it doesn't present a right answer. Because there generally isn't with philosophy. I like that, I think it's interesting.
I like it too. Because, like, I was thinking more on it, and it's like, how would you define the different characters if you had to push them into law, neutral, chaos.
Well, Yuko Takao hasn't gotten her reason yet, so we can't really say anything about her. Hikawa is very much law. The uniformity, lack of free will or emotion. Chiaki is chaos. Strongest will survive. This always has been. Isamu falls somewhere outside of that, with his idea of the one, the focus on the singular. Possibly airing closer to neutral, I guess. Like between neutral and chaos. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. Any thoughts on that?
The main reason I asked is I was trying to figure out where to put Isamu at as well. Like, where would he fall on that, like, spectrum?
I say, I think it's closer to neutral than Chiaki. Chiaki is straight up survival first.
Yeah.
But it's not entirely neutral. It is a very selfish reason.
Mm-hmm.
It could very much still fall within the realms of chaos, just to focus on yourself rather than everything. Anyway, that is going to do it for us for tonight. Hope you've enjoyed our little philosophy discussion, which is going to become more prevalent as we go forward, as everybody starts to argue their reasons. So far, Chiaki, Hikawa, and Isamu have presented their reasons, and they ask you if you'll join them, but that's not the be-all end-all if you go with that. Even if you say you will, you can still choose not to later, or still end up going against it based on other decisions. So as we go further and they try and convince us in specific points until we hit the hard point, where it's an alignment lock, there's going to be more discussion about it.
Of course, we have other characters that might still present stuff, and we still have other places we need to finish up and get more backstory on things.
We're still a ways out from finishing this.
Yes.
Like, this is probably going to be like the longest RPG we've done so far.
Because I mean,
I think Digital Devil Saga 2 ended up at 14.
We're already at 10 on this. But I mean, like, we're also already like 40 some hours in.
DDS2 had that off-screen grinding session, which was like 20 or so hours. We had an off-screen grind session of this, which was about 5 hours earlier on to prepare for Matador.
I mean, like, as far as hours and stuff go, most JRPGs tend to hit around the 50 to 60 mark.
This
as
goes
a base.
this goes beyond that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna mention.
Even not taking replays into account where you have New Game Plus and stuff, Nocturne, as is often the case for SMT games, probably starting with this, you're looking at 80 plus hours. Which is something they would continue with, like the Persona stuff as well. Persona 3, 4, and 5, generally you're looking at about 80 hours at least for your first playthrough. I want to do Persona 3 soon. But that's something for another day. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching the stream. I always really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to everybody in the chat. Chat is always the best part of the stream. Clem, Lino, Signer, Teak, EID, thank you so much for joining us and keeping us company. And of course, super big special thank you to our buddy ChanceEm Gaming.
Thank you so much for having me here. I very much appreciate it.
ChanceEm has returned to streaming, so if you want to check him out, that is not how we spell it.
I am API error.
Check him out at API error. But yeah, ChanceEm is back to streaming, so check out the stuff he's doing. He's currently doing Breath of the Wild. Very slowly.
Yeah. Thanks.
Is cool. Now, Breath of the Wild is one of those games that, like, it's made for you to take at your own pace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I kind of needed to do something about, like, kind of stepping my toes back into streaming in a little bit more of a casual way. So, Breath of the Wild's pretty nice for that.
I don't know if I'm ever going to get to Breath of the Wild. It's the Zelda game I'm probably most hesitant about because of the length of it.
I mean, it depends on, like, what you decide to actually accomplish in it.
Yeah, that's the problem. But that's something for another day. I still need to do Skyward Sword before that. That's its own barrel of shit. Anyway, anything you want to plug, ChanceEm? Anything you got going on?
Not really. Like, beyond that, Meg and I finished up Kingdom Hearts 2 last night. And I know we're going to be taking on 358 over 2 days, I think. Either Wednesday, Thursday, or Saturday this week. Did double check with her. Or we might be doing a bonus stream for KH2 if there's anything she wanted to go back and collect or whatnot.
Tell her to do the Marluxia fight.
Everyone kept trying to redeem that during the ending.
Specifically the Marluxia fight?
No, they just kept trying to redeem the data battles.
Oh, I didn't mean that. I just mean Marluxia. Like the one that's in Beast Castle. Like, no, I don't even go to the data center. Just go to Beast Castle and do that one.
That's the only one I tried to do, and I got wrecked in 5 seconds.
Yeah, Marluxia's bullshit because he begins by casting Doom on you.
Yep. But that's what's going on, co-hosting with Meg at the moment, and once I get things more figured out and all of that, of course I'll be back finishing up Skies of Arcadia and wanting to do Splatoon 2 and Nier Automata, and of course I got Breath of the Wild and Animal Crossing, so
And there's also the
is what it
possibility of redemption for your own Shin Megami Tensei playthrough.
I have a feeling I have enough time to wait for that, though.
I could go onto your channel and redeem it right now.
You sure about that?
I mean, I could. Did you take the redemption away? Oh, you bitch.
Totally wouldn't do that. I totally wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Who do you think I am?
I still need to get around doing that redemption titanium gave me for Astro Boy. Then finish Skies of Arcadia myself, and then Luna playthrough for Teak. That's all stuff for the future. Plus, I want to do Persona 3 for myself, and I really want to get Trails started, especially with the announcement of an official translation for the Crossbell games, Azure and Zero. Yeah, anyway. That is going to do it for us for today. Once again, I want to thank everybody for joining the stream. I always really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to everybody in chat. Chat is always the best part of the stream. Thank you so much for keeping us company. And once again, super big special thank you to ChanceEm for joining me on the mic.
And once again, thank you so much for having me.
Definitely be sure to check ChanceEm out. Now he's back to streaming. He's a cool dude. Does his own things. Does some non-violent stuff, which you can go and watch. Just try and figure out why people play non-violent games. Games where you're not going to punch God in the face. I don't know why you would do that, but, you know, your own, I guess.
Sometimes you just need to be able to go touch some grass and smell some flowers in between punching a god, okay?
No, I don't get it. Yeah, anyway. Nocturne will be back next week, 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time. No, it's British Summertime, British Summertime BST. More Nocturne, where we're going to go into Yoyogi Park and possibly finish off the Asakusa tunnels. Is there anything going on right now? No, there isn't. Doesn't look like it. Alright, so I guess with that, thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and take care. We'll catch you next time, guys.
And see ya.
Bye.